Hello, Georgia 551 here. Might have seen on the news if you live in the United States about the big, massive nor'easter that struck for 3 days here in the Northeast. Leominster here got about 9 inches of rain on the 3 days. Northeast of here, like New Hampshire border, Maine and such, they got over a foot. Anyway, thought I'd show you some of the tributaries around here. This is North Brook. This thing is pretty much up to its banks, not on this side. But if we look over here, across the street, especially right there, this is a very swollen brook. That's right, this is not a river, it's a brook. And right there is a conduit that allows the water to continue on the other side of the apartment complex that's over there. You can barely see it. And as you can see, the water is just barely getting in there. Although there's enough resistance that it's starting to go up the banking. This is quite a bit of water. This is barely a trickle when everything is normal. Give you an idea of what it normally looks like. Look right here. You see what little bit of water is in that section, excluding where I'm covering? That's the normal flow through this entire depression. Quite a lot bigger. Let's check out the Nashua River next. That's supposed to be about cresting, if not maybe another 6 inches to go. Over here is Gasoline Alley, Main Street, Leominster. For those of you that used to go to Whalen Park anywhere in southern New England, that bridge right there used to read Whalen Park, straight ahead 3 miles. That was a local amusement park. For those not around the area. This is the Nashua River. This is the big one. As you can kind of see over in this area, it's gone over its bank. It's not hitting the Baker Cadillac, but you can clearly see where the bank is and where it's not supposed to be. And I'm sure at one point that piece there was not part of the river. It's a fairly long ways down. Standing on top of a bridge that was built in the late 1700s. Quite impressive. It's not as impressive as how swollen the Brook is, but still. This is much bigger than what it normally is. It's probably, it's probably half the current width. And supposedly it's an extra 7 feet high at this point. I know where we can really check out what it's doing. And we can get a better view right here that it's past its banks and eroding. And it's eroding a little over there. Let's go to Whitney Field. That's where the best usually happens. There's the JCPenney at the Mall of Whitney Field. And here's this end of the Nashua River. Standing on top of the levee. And right here is a flood catch basin That's because Mall Whitney Field is in a floodplain. So there's several drainage ditches that lead to little catch basins like this along the property to help prevent flooding. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. See this bridge coming up? That's this end of the Nashua Brook. The brook that I showed you at the very beginning of the video. And there it is. And there's another catch basin. So you can see it's kind of going over a little bit. Here's the Nashua Brook. And there it goes to the Nashua. And if I can cross the street, which I can, this guy's last. So you can see the ground is soft enough that potholes form here. Very common occurrence. And here we are at the Home Depot. That grassy area is another catch basin. It's probably full. And surprisingly, this place is actually doing quite well. There's another catch basin right behind the sign. You can see some of the parking lot is flooded. Just a few spots. Although if you look way over there, see how it's all really dirty? Apparently the water's been as far as these group of islands. Which still, for this, is not bad. Considering all the rain we've had. I'm going to end this video. Oops, not that way. This was one of the walking paths. So you can see it's been flooded out. Here we are again. And so you can see it's a lot bigger. And here's some more catch basins. And this is a walking path. And as you can see, it's about to breach it. Although the Nashua was supposed to go up another ½ foot, and this is a much smaller body of water. There's some catch basins. So this is a tributary. It's probably not going to get any higher. In fact, it's probably dropped. And that's what's happened here. Although on my way to work, one of the roads was blocked off because it was flooded. I could not get you a video because they had the barricade way in advance, like about a mile. Well, that's the damage around here. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, you know what I mean.